All right, it's time for a little RC plane pilot debrief. And I had an accident a couple of days ago, and I will be sharing with you what my NTSB report is of the situation. But long story short, I've been flying RC planes for a couple of years now, and I feel confident up in the air. And here I am flying my green version of this plane. It's made by Nexa, bought it from Ocean RC. Great flying plane.
Wow. I've been to every. When I was young, oh yeah, like load down the car.
This is my Nexa B-24. If you haven't tried sailplanes, you're missing out. I've been assembling planes from ARF kits, and I've been having great luck with them. But on this last P-38 build, I overlooked a couple of things that caused some major mishaps in the air, and I lost that plane. Here she is in her former glory. My Putt Maru P-38 Lightning. It had an 83-inch wingspan, and it was an ARF kit, and I really enjoyed putting this thing together. I spent about a month working on it. I really go through these things with a fine-tooth comb. I've got my little check-off list I like to do before I take it up in the air. So it was all electric, and the batteries were running parallel. Yeah, pretty much the same thing as the left side. Battery ripples less than 5%, perfect. Battery current, I went slightly over 100, but this is in short bursts, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm not going to be gunning the throttle the entire time. Wattage, 1,815. This thing is going to rip in the sky. I can't believe that. Some exercise before I go flying. Okay, here we are taxiing out to the runway. All excited, forgot to tuck my belly in right there. All right, here we go. This is the maiden. Reached takeoff speed here, and then right away I could tell this plane was very twitchy, very sensitive on the elevator. It wanted to pitch down, then pitch up. Trying to trim this thing out. Really kind of struggling right here. My daughter's taking the video for me. That's not me putting those inputs in. It wants to go up and then down. It wasn't that hot. The winds were about 8 miles an hour coming out of the northwest with 14-mile-an-hour wind gusts. You can see my right main doors are stuck open right here. Just my right side. Just trying to track a straight line, and this plane liked to weave up and down. So right about here is where I'm thinking this plane is going to be twitchy on its way down. I'm going to have a hard time landing this thing. Each motor was pushing 1,800 watts. Plenty of power for a 20-pound plane. This plane had counter-rotating props.
Why? Because it's windy?
It is a little gusty, probably a little too gusty for a maiden, but I was feeling a little confident. Looks a little smooth right there. Right here I'm going to test the CG, but it wanted to float right here. I had to bring it back down. Just wasn't flying like my other plane. I have another plane like this. It's a Nexa version. It flies very stable, but this one was not. Here we go with another uncontrolled pitch, a dive down. Not me at the controls, it's just very unstable.
Stop it?
Right here, I'm bringing it over the runway because I'm testing to see what speed is required for landing. Like, can I get away with flying it just a little slower? And I had partial flaps on. The wind was going straight down the runway. With landing gear down, partial flaps, and I was about half throttle. This is where I lost control. You can see the tail kind of acting like a pendulum. Complete loss of control, trying to fight it. Down she goes. Okay, so clearly I dropped the right wing, then dropped the left wing, then I lost complete control of the plane. It was kind of like trying to fly a plane with a monkey crawling all over it. The stall speed kept changing on me, like the center of gravity kept changing on me. And then it just became completely unflyable. I was going about half throttle when I brought it in for a landing, but again, the plane was very twitchy when I was flying it and elevator sensitive. And sometimes it acted like it was nose heavy, sometimes it acted like it was tail heavy. Just couldn't figure that one out. So the manual said to CG the plane right about 115 millimeters. Right here's where I show you don't know how to use a ruler and accidentally put the CG at 150 millimeters. So don't get too relaxed when you go measuring, even if you've measured 1,000 times. Just play dumb and just double check your numbers. Don't add dead weight to the tail of your P-38 to meet CG. It interrupts the flow of air and causes a higher wing loading. It makes the plane very hard to control. Carnage. Believe it or not, I am going to rebuild this plane. Another thing I noticed when I built the plane, I cut a hole in the firewall because I thought I'd have to slide the batteries forward, but I didn't end up needing that. And so I didn't plug up those holes, and the flow of air going into these scoops didn't really have anywhere to go, so it was kind of like flying with a couple of windsocks on the plane, and gusts of wind didn't help that. And flying with one main gear door open didn't help the situation either. Well, I like building them and I like flying them, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I like doing that kind of work anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just rebuild this thing.